All right, other things, if you want to grab your tools real quick, make sure your water bottle's close to you. Got about 18 seconds. Remember, the three things we have is side plank, 10 per side, hip thrust, 10 or 10 per leg, and bootstrappers 10. We're gonna get started in 5 seconds, guys. All right, starting off with our side planks. Here we go. 10 per side. 3, 2, 1, and begin.
Exercise 1.
Hip up, hip down, hip up, hip down. Yeah, if you want to make it a little bit more advanced, you can kick that arm up, throw it a little bit harder, add a little bit more instability. You want to move at a good, quick pace on these, but making sure that your hips get fully extended all the way up and all the way down. Don't shortcut that part. From there, you have hip thrusters. Shoulders on. Make sure you let that back get flat on the bench if you have one. Try not to roll off your stability balls if you're using a stability ball. Drive those hips down and all the way up. Down all the way up. Even if you're doing a single leg variation, it's 10 per leg. 10 per leg if you're doing a single leg variation. Then you're going to go from there to bootstrapper. On a bootstrapper, hit hands aside, drive those hip all the way down, hip all the way up, hips all the way down, all the way up. You can hold the weights different ways. You can hold them side to side. You can hold it directly underneath you. Bootstrappers round 1 might go a little slower as you're still stiff, but they'll get going quicker and quicker as the rounds go on. Don't worry about anybody else's pace. You're moving at your own pace. Good job, guys. Everything's looking pretty good technique-wise. Good. Those hip thrusters are looking great, guys. Keep your eyes facing forward on hip thrusters, meaning not looking straight up at the sky. Try to look forward a little bit. What that does is it helps out, making sure that you don't overextend, okay? On the hip thrust, make sure that heel stays tight into the ground, squeezing that glute as hard as possible as you get to that top point. All right, guys, you're already through 2.5 minutes. Remember, if you're doing a single leg variation on the hip thrusters, you're doing 10 on each leg. For some of you guys doing the side plank variation, make sure that if you need to have your knees tucked, make sure those hips are still going as high as you can. Hope you guys all have some music on. I did this without music this morning and it made it feel like twice as long. Good job. Hip thrusts look great today, guys. Bootstrappers looking pretty good. Everybody's moving pretty well on bootstrappers. Make sure the big one on this one is dropping those hips as low as you can get away with, okay? Dropping those hips low. I know the hamstring's a little bit tight getting to that high point, but we can drop those hips as low as we can go. We do have a finisher after this one today. So when we stop this one, please don't just turn off your front thing. Tara, make sure those elbows are staying tight inside of your knees, okay? Tight inside of your knees. There you go. On those side planks, it is 10 per side. Good, Tammy, take your elbows and put them right inside your knees. There you go. That way it kind of forces the knees out. Perfect. If you guys are doing just regular hip thrusters and you want to add a little bit of weight, I did find throwing some dumbbells across my waist did make it just a little bit harder on just the regular hip thrusters. Single leg hip thrusters, I wouldn't add them. It's quite a bit of difference. But if you're just doing a regular hip thruster, 2 legs down, you can always add a little bit of weight across the waist if you need. If you're on a BOSU, please don't add any weight because it's already pretty instability. Or not BOSU, sorry, stability ball. All right, guys, 6.5 minutes left. Getting close to that halfway point. Overall, not a single one of these exercises is that difficult, but it's the adding up of the volume of them that really adds up during this workout. You'll start to, should be sweating just a little bit by now, hopefully. I'm guessing you're sweating. There you go, Mike. I was gonna say, if you're not sweating, I don't know if anybody's working out today. Yeah, question, Rose? I can't unmute you for some reason. Do you guys need to pick any modifications for yourself, meaning something that you know is not working out, like a bootstrapper is not working out for you and you'd rather do a body weight squat? Go ahead and make that modification. If you're on a side plank and that's just not doing well for your hips or something, you can always turn that into a regular plank and do like a touch. Make sure when we're doing bootstrappers that we're dropping those hips as low as we can. All right, 4 minutes left. Last 4 minutes. If it's feeling pretty easy for you, you dig in just a little bit quicker, try to get through those rounds a little bit faster. If it's feeling pretty rough for you, just keep at a nice even pace. Don't be afraid to grab drinks throughout if you need them. Take a few seconds to grab a swig. Good job. Everybody's moving at a really nice clip. Three minutes left. Last 3 minutes. Good job. Some of you guys, I'm just seeing a leg come up every so often. So I'm hoping that technique's going pretty good. At least the leg's coming up. Hey. 1 or 2 minute countdown. The goal would be try to get through one more full round if possible. I don't know how long everybody's rounds are taking. I remember this morning it took me about 2 minutes for the rounds towards the end. So try to get yourself through full round if possible. Last minute, guys. Dig, dig, dig. We're going to try to work into that last second. Get all the reps in we can. Last 20 seconds. Try to finish up at least the exercise you're on if you can. Three, two, one, and rest, guys. Good job. Great work. Grab yourselves a quick drink. Gonna have about a minute break as we get ready for our finisher today. Today's finisher has 2 exercises to it. One exercise is push-ups and one exercise is high knees. I'm gonna give Nate about 10 more seconds to catch his breath before I make him start demonstrating that. Hope you guys are all feeling pretty good after that. 12 minutes flies by, right? I see a couple thumbs up, a couple of them like, I don't know. It wasn't too bad at one at all. You get nice and sweaty, get some core work in. Glute extension is always good. Okay, so our Tabata. So Tabata is 20 seconds of work with a 10-second break. So we're gonna have 2 exercises, and we're gonna do it for 5 total rounds a day. So he's gonna do 20 seconds of push-ups to begin with. I'm gonna show Nathan's gonna demonstrate the different types of push-ups. Push-up number 1 is our full variation of push-ups. So if you can do a full push-up all the way down, all the way up. From here, you can also turn that into a hand release. I know I had to go to hand release as I started to wear down on those. Hand release where I take my hands off, come back down because I was wearing out a little bit. From there, there's also the knee variation. So on our knee variation, the big thing on this one is our technique of making sure our hips are straight coming through. You see how he's in pretty much a plank position and pushing down. Plank position, pushing down. Now there's a nosedive position that we need to not do. So Nate's gonna show the wrong position here. You see how he's just nosediving and his hips are staying high? We wanna make sure that our chest actually ends up at the same height as our hands. That's what we're looking for in this position. So I'm gonna try to help you guys correct that technique if I can, if I see it. So if any of you guys, some of you guys that have your cameras, can you just tilt them down a little bit, meaning tilt them more, if it's possible for you to tilt it down just a little bit. There we go. I see a couple of you guys, that helps me out a lot to be able to see the ground position. I'm not worried about the next one too much, just the ground position I wanna see. Good. Okay, so that's a push-up variation. We'll do that for 20 seconds. Then you'll have a 10-second break. And then Nathan's going to demonstrate the next exercise. We have different modifications for this one. The next one's called high knees. So high knees is pretty much just trying to get those knees as high as possible. You see how his knees are coming up almost to his hip height. From there, we can do just running in place if that's a little too tough. So running in place where those knees are a little bit lower and just trying to get the body moving. We can also do a march instead, right? So march is where just tucking one leg at a time, trying to move as fast as he can get away with. So lots of different variations. You might have to mix and match between the 2 of those. Our goal, though, is 20 seconds as hard as you can, whichever variation you choose of those. Okay, we are going to start off with the push-ups first. So go ahead and get yourself in a push-up position. If you need water bottles, make sure they're close to you because this one does get, you only have a 10-second break period. Also, if you don't have your music on right now and you want to kick it on, you can go ahead and kick your music on real quick.
So Trev, I could lean on a table or something, right?
Yeah,
Could
you can
we-
lean on a table. As long as it's a sturdy table, that would be perfect. Or a sturdy countertop is good as well. Yep. Okay, here we go, guys. 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Exercise 1.
Push-ups, 20 seconds. You'll wear out of these pretty quickly. Don't worry about that. We do have 5 rounds a day. Do your best to keep your hand position nice and tight, which means that's close to the body.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Rest. Good. We're going to be standing up. We're going to be doing a variation of high knees or marching in place. A lot of you guys made some pretty cool choices for
3,
incline push-ups.
2,
I like it.
1. Exercise 2.
Begin. You guys are learning. I love it. Just keep moving. Do try to move those arms. A lot of people try to run without using their arms. Try to use those arms as much as possible. It makes the feet go faster. 5 more seconds. Dig, dig, dig.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Rest. Great job, guys. We're going down into those push-ups again. Everybody's push-ups last time looked great. If you're starting to wear out on them, just go to a hand release variation, okay?
1. Exercise 1.
Begin, but don't do a hand release if you're doing an incline. Good. Abs tight. Always keep those abs tight. That keeps the spine long. It's okay if you start
3,
wearing down on them.
2, 1. Rest.
All right, high knees. Our goal is to keep the high knees going as fast as possible for all the rounds. Push-ups will
3,
probably slow down as we
2,
go.
1. Exercise 2.
Begin. Try to keep those knees going as much as possible. Again, marching's totally fine. Just keep yourself going. Our goal is to keep moving the whole time during this 20 seconds.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Rest. Great job, guys. Going on to round 3. We have 5 rounds.
3,
Push-ups.
2, 1. Exercise
Begin.
1.
Abs tight, butt squeezed. Make sure long plank. Make sure those knees are coming off the ground at the same time the hips are.
Three, 2, 1.
Rest. Good job, guys. Back in those high knees. If you guys are like me this morning, those push-ups are getting pretty tough by now.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.
Begin. Just go, 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 go. It's like people in Chicago traffic going nowhere fast, right?
Three, 2, 1.
Rest. Good job. Round number 4.
Three, 2, 1. Exercise 1.
Begin.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Rest. Good. Back in those high knees.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.
Begin. Good. Knees up, knees up, knees up. Feet going, feet.
3,
Good job, guys.
2, 1. Rest.
Rest. All right, we're already in that final round. On my side, it seems pretty easy on that final round, right? Not too much. Like, you guys are just going quickly, but on
3,
your side, it's feeling pretty
2,
tired.
1. Exercise 1.
Begin. Last set of push-ups. Don't worry about how many you get in this round. Worry about how good of technique they are, okay?
Three, 2, 1.
Rest. Last one. All we got left is one set of high knees.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.
Begin. 20 more seconds. All you got. All you got. Go, go. 10 more. 10 more. 5-second countdown.
3, 2, 1. Your timer.
And done, guys. Everybody hand out a high five to each other, a fist bump.